Hello everybody, Francesca Bianchi has a new perfume out. It is called Encounters. I would like to know something more about the perfume, so let's visit Francesca. Hi, we're in Francesca's studio. Hello,
Hello.
Francesca.
Thanks for coming.
And we're going to talk a little bit about Francesca's latest creation, Encounters.
Yes.
And well, I'm quite curious to know what was your inspiration for Encounters?
Well, it's a kind of long story. Encounters actually is the name that I had in mind a long time ago when I was working in the publishing world, and I wanted to found a publishing house called Encounters.
Oh.
Because I wanted to, investigate those type of art, the fringe art, where different cultures come together or like they mix up. But I had always this idea in mind, and now that I have this other situation, this position of perfumer, I started to rethink about the idea of this mix, these encounters of different tradition. I have iris and oud. They are not the only one, of course. And
No. Why did you pick iris?
Iris, is one of my favorite notes, first
Yeah.
of all. And also, as oud is very iconic for Eastern, certain part of Eastern, of course. Also, iris is iconic of West. I think a little bit more than you would say rose or jasmine are in the area around Florence or in France. It's really the place for iris, the rhizome of iris,
Yeah.
and there's really a very specific culture. As much as oud in the East, iris is so iconic also in the art history, no? It's so much connected to Italy, like it's one of the symbol of Florence.
So we talked a little bit about how you found the name Encounters for the perfume. We talked about how you decided to pick as the two sort of like main stars in the perfume, iris and oud. But when you started working on Encounters, what was your idea for the perfume? Like what did you have in mind? Like scent-wise?
Yeah, scent-wise, I was a bit undecided. I mean, about the balance between iris and oud. Like the possibilities were a lot, and maybe some people were expecting a bit more stress on the oud side and make it like an oud beast somehow, which I didn't want to do. But in this one, I really want to stay on like a complex pyramid of a perfume and make it not transparent. I mean, transparency is not really a characteristic of my style, and I'm happy, I'm really content with this result, which is probably more irisy than oudi.
Yeah,
or
for sure.
We might say it's a dirty iris. I'm very content because I find it very elegant. I think about changing. I find this a bit more transparent. I like this lavender opening, which brings you like to France, south of Italy, and then iris pops up, and then little by little it evolves into a more ambre and woody. I find it easier than other fragrances of mine. So to get to your question, probably it's a type of more relaxed composition. If you compare it to...
It's a relaxed Francesca. Let's smell Encounters by Francesca Bianchi.
Yeah, okay. So I'll get two blotters here.
Yes.
Okay.
Do we smell each the same thing?
I hope so. Where's the... Okay. I like the effect that it makes when you spray it. Like when it stays in there. You know what I like? I mean, I like it. Of course, I created it, and I cannot say
You
I don't
can't be
like it.
objective.
I can't be objective. But what I personally, subjectively like is this the waxy iris
Yeah,
that I
it's
get.
very waxy.
The waxy, almost lipsticky, but not in a too feminine way.
No.
It's very neutral, and it's probably because it's counterbalanced by oud and many other ingredients. And again, I really like this balance. Probably it's not what you would expect if you say iris and oud, because you would think about an overwhelming presence of oud, whereas here you have more of this irisy vibe,
Texture for sure, yeah.
More earthy, you know, like it's not definitely it's not the petals of the flower, it's more what's under the earth.
It's very full of contrasts, because you said buttery, but it's dry at the same time.
Yes.
Textures, dry, buttery.
Yeah. You got also a bit of a carrot seed.
Yeah.
You don't smell it. I mean, it's some of these ingredients you just added to, you know, to make it, to give a little bit more complexity, and not just to write it in the pyramid that you would say, oh, there's also this. That's why I don't like pyramids, because it's what you smell is what you smell in reality, and pyramids are just.
I think also with pyramids is people tend to, talking about encounters, by the way, I love this name, but when you encounter a perfume, any perfume, I think it's I wouldn't say a bad habit, but maybe let's say it's a little bit of pity that a lot of people, they want to like deconstruct the perfume immediately, like what are their notes, what's in it, like rather than what's my connection or what is my feeling.
Absolutely. I think the connection and the feeling is my first goal when I smell something. Actually, before you know, studying more perfume making, I used to be a collector. I'm still a collector of fragrance. I've never looked up for the notes. I mean, I couldn't care the least.
No.
I would buy a perfume or not, simply because of how it makes me feel, and not because it contains this or that. Who cares? I mean, you just have to discover, and there's no note that it's really like a bit racist to say, oh, I love rose, but I dislike this. You don't know. You can't know. No. You can't know that particular note, how it is in combination with other notes. Of course, we make an exception for Soliflor, of course, like a rose-based fragrance. If you don't like rose, of course, it's not for you. But a perfume which is a more complex structure may feature so many different notes that some of them you think you don't like.
No, it's like saying, I don't like red, but then if you have a painting which has a lot of black, gray, and white in it, just like one dot of red could make the perfect painting for you.
It's all that's a very interesting example, because it's all about the contrast and not the notes or the colors per se, but the contrast. And now that you make me think about it, I always like to make contrast and use a lot of contrast, because I studied history of art, and I like the way painters used color, and it's so much more interesting to put things in contrast to make them enhance.
I agree.
As you say, like if you put two colors, like a primary and a secondary, you will have much more light because of this contrast. And I kind of feel the same with the ingredients. Using the contrast, make them stand out in a way more, no?
But when we get back to the feeling of the perfume, how does this make you feel when you smell it?
I feel it soothes me and calms me down. I find it very elegant. To me, this one is a kind of you know, an alternative to men's cologne, for instance, with lavender, because I use lavender with a purpose, because I wanted to give this idea also of old style elegance lavender cologne embedded in an iris oudh construction. And what's your feeling about this one?
Oh, my feeling about this one, I would say I would find it very soothing and almost like a piece of clothing, like something to put around me, like this.
Oh, nice idea. Yeah, like some fluffy cashmere scarf. Very comforting in a way.
Comforting. I like it's it seems sort of like light, transparent, and again it has a little dirtiness in there, little dryness. Sort of like tingles a little bit. Like sometimes this lights up, sometimes that lights up.
Yeah.
Like when you put a necklace on the sun, you don't, never the whole necklace glistens, but like little bits of it.
Yeah, I get it. It's a very good image. I also find it a bit glittery. It's not like a super light, but it has this kind of secondary glittering that brings you joy, but at the same time it's very soothing.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing your feelings about encounters with us. So I hope you like this video, and I hope you like encounters. And remember to smell and concentrate on what you feel, don't you think?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the most important thing. You don't want to buy a fragrance if you don't feel good with it, just because you've heard about the fragrance.
No, exactly. And anyway, you talk about liquid emotions all the time, which is
absolutely.
true. I mean, they are emotions. Literally, if we had no emotions, nobody would be buying perfume.
Absolutely.
So,
completely agree.
Thank you for watching
Thank you.
and see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.